welcome back to Washington, D.C., the entertainment and sports arena, the home of the PFL. And we have just found out all of the fighters that will reach the championship on New Year's Eve in New York City. It was, of course, the final playoff tonight with the middleweights and the welterweights. And this is, of course, the belt, the nice gold shiny belt, Yves, that they will be fighting for, along with $1 million.
It's beautiful.
Yves, would you prefer the belt or the $1 million?
I want them both.
Well, they will get them both. The winner of each weight division will get both of those things. Look, let's start and round up the action from tonight. We're going to start with the first semi-final in the welterweight division. And Yves, talk us through the fighters in this one and what they contested.
Well, we're talking about Bojan Velickovic and Magomedov Karamov.
Yeah.
And Magomedov Karamov was the dominant striker from the outside. But his wrestling is really what opened up some of the striking for him. I love this takedown here. He stayed on it, was relentless, had the single, and drove Velickovic over to get the finish. Velickovic came forward, but right here, that beautiful right hand over the top, that hurt Velickovic. And after that, Magomedov Karamov was able to pour on a barrage of punches that forced the referee to step in there, and there was no argument for Velickovic. He knew that he was out of it. He knew that he was hurt, and he took the best out of that opportunity, but he was unable to come up with the win.
Well, that was a rematch. They fought earlier in the season, and the result in terms of who won was the same both times. He fights Ray Cooper III. Ray has been an absolute machine throughout this whole tournament, and he got it done first in the quarterfinals against Jake Shields. That was a rematch again in itself, and it went the same way, but in round one.
Yeah, absolutely. One round, he took Jake Shields out faster than he did the first time. I mean, he was much more dominant, a little more vicious, and he knew what Jake Shields had to bring into the cage.
And then in the semifinals, it was a rematch with Henderson Ferreira. Lots of rematches for him tonight. He lost last year, but this time he got the result.
His ferocity was on display all night tonight, and in this fight with Henderson Ferreira, he was able to get some revenge, but he used his power. Look at these big left hands. I don't want Ray Cooper hugging me. He's so powerful. He just lands big punches, and the viciousness of these punches. I mean, he's trying to put your head in the ground.
And
he's
no
a very
again
powerful puncher, and I love to see him really get off and stay loose. The only thing about Ray Cooper is the fight. Nothing else matters. The fight, and then he's back to family.
Absolutely. And I think there's about 30 family members and friends that flew from Hawaii to watch him here tonight.
It's a long trip.
Exactly. So let's look at the welterweight playoff bracket, Yves, and there you have it. It's been a fairly long journey since the start of this season, and we have our finalist, Ray Cooper III, the #1 seed, taking on Magomedov Karamov.
That's a fight I'm really looking forward to, because Ray Cooper is going to be fighting a taller man who understands striking to the same level that I believe that he does, whose wrestling is just as good, if not better, but Ray Cooper has the power advantage. I can't wait to see that one play out.
Okay, well, let's move on to the middleweights. Of course, the first man to reach the final was Lewis Taylor. In a slightly unconventional way, if we look at his semi-final, it was an unintentional illegal knee. We'll see this.
It was, but he was dominant early in the fight. He was controlling the fight. When he hurt John Howard, Howard tried to take him down. He hit him with that beautiful lat drop. He was able to destroy, well, not destroy, but control Howard from the outside. Right here, he looked hurt a little bit. He changed levels and changed the game. That was a great job by Lewis Taylor. That shows me a fight IQ that's second to none, because he knows where he needs to be. Now, here's the illegal knee. It was unintentional. He's looking to land the knee to the chest, but John Howard is sitting up, because you don't want to give a guy like Lewis Taylor that kind of space where he can throw big punches. Howard was dazed. The doctor stepped in, checked him out. He was unable to continue, so the judges had decided to go to the scorecard, you know, and that's where Lewis Taylor got the win. Howard showing good sportsmanship. Lewis Taylor has good sportsmanship. Both these men respect each other. They know who the other man is. I mean, but he's happy to be moving on to the finals, I'm sure. And we'll get a chance to talk to him later.
Well, we will indeed. We'll actually get a chance to talk to him right this second.
Hey, look, he just showed up.
Taylor has just shown up. Look, congratulations. Look, first of all, congratulations, but looking at that footage there, and you were talking to me off camera earlier, and you were saying how you saw it, how you read it.
Yeah, at the moment, when I left pressure, he came up so fast. I wanted to slice my knee across, like Yves said, his chest, but his head came up so fast. It didn't even hit him flush. It grazed him. But the minute it did, he wanted to take full advantage of it.
But you were dominant prior to that point, but you had to wait agonizing 10, 15 or so minutes to know what the decision was going to be.
I honestly thought I got silenced. I thought they was taking that from me. And after pretty much not even getting touched in that 2 rounds of fighting and just thinking about one more round, and then all of a sudden it's over with 5 seconds left, I just felt everything just go. And I was broken, but Ray and everybody, they called me back in and sat me down and said, we're going to figure this thing out. We're going to do this the right way.
Well, we're in Washington, D.C. They had to do a lot of figuring out of what was going on. There was a lot of politics going on. But you figured it out. And well, there was no politics, really. I mean, we had to go to the rules, and everything was figured out. Now you're moving on to the finals. You're getting that chance to fight for $1 million. When we spoke to you yesterday, you said that this opportunity to fight for $1 million is a big deal to you. You can open a gym, put your name on it, and really start to brand yourself and build Lewis Taylor as a fighter and as a coach.
I am absolutely ecstatic. My goal was to make it here. It's been a long journey, and I did it. At least with this 250, I can pay off my house. So, baby, that PMI is coming off.
Your wife's smiling behind us.
Yeah, we take that off. Bank ain't getting no more extras.
Well, what are you going to do now, but quickly between now and the final?
I have to train my butt off. You see that man I got to fight? He is a monster. He does it all, and he does it all well. I got to go break him. I'm not technical, but I got to bring it, and it's going to be a great fight.
Okay, we're talking of that man, Abus Magomedov. Thank you for talking to us. His semi-final was earlier on tonight. It was, in fact, the last fight of the evening as he took on Sadibou.
Yeah, and Abus Magomedov versus Sadibou. This was a fight I was looking forward to. Both these men are good from the outside. They control range really well and have great footwork. But Abus Magomedov has the advantage in the wrestling department, and that's where he went to. He went to his wrestling after the first round, got the big takedown in the second, and then in the third, he was on Sadibou's back. I love these names. On Sadibou's back, and he was controlling. And then towards the end of that round, he landed a big takedown when Sadibou looked like he wanted to sit to a guillotine. But he cleared the legs, got to side control with the big takedown, and just dominated from beginning to end. The 2 judges had him 30-27. 1 judge gave Sadibou 1 round, but that's pretty much dominance here at the PFL.
Okay, so here you have it, our middleweight playoff bracket and our finalists, Germany versus USA. And we just heard Lewis Taylor saying that he's not the most technical, but he's definitely going to bring it. What does he have to do, or what does Abus have to do to get the win on New Year's Eve?
Well, Lewis Taylor has a chin, and he has some power. Yeah. What Abus has to do is be able to stay on the outside and pick him apart and not get hit even one time, because Lewis Taylor can change the whole dynamic of a fight with just 1 punch. Now, Abus Magomedov, he has the power, but his power comes from his accuracy. It's the shot that you don't see, or the accurate shots are the ones that are going to hurt you. So he's going to have to be accurate from the outside and just pick him apart. Both these men can wrestle. So I'm really excited to see how this one plays out. I believe that Abus Magomedov is the favorite going into this one, but Lewis Taylor is no joke. He's not.
Well, we had our #1 seeds in the welterweight in Ray Cooper and in Abus in the middleweight division making the final. And that final does, of course, take place on New Year's Eve from Madison Square Garden. Tickets are available on Ticketmaster. Get your tickets now if you want to celebrate with us from Madison Square Garden and see 6 guys become millionaires.
That's a huge deal. I mean, this reminds me of the days of Pride, the big Grand Prix tournaments, and we're going to have 6 millionaires from the sport of mixed martial arts. I never thought I would see this in my lifetime. This is a beautiful thing, and I cannot wait until New Year's. I'm so happy to be a part of this.
Me as well, and that completes our playoff portion of the PFL. We move on now to the championship on New Year's Eve from Madison Square Garden. We will see you then. Goodbye.